would like to share a poem with you that I've written that's concerning Black history. The title is A Pause for the Cause, and it reads like this. February is almost gone, the shortest month of the year. But can we pause for the cause to get a little Black history here? There is so much to be discovered, so many great stories yet untold. If we truly did our research, we'd find facts more precious than gold. So, how do we squeeze all of our Black greatness into only 28 days? Lord, please have mercy, because only you know, so help us count the ways. We know our African ancestors were ambushed and forced onto slave ships, tied in chains, beaten, bloody, and bruised, with swollen eyes and busted lips. They were taken to a strange land that was very unfamiliar to their way, sold on auction blocks to the highest bidder, their naked bodies on display. Families were separated, split apart, and sent to different locations. Their lives were no longer their own, but the masters of that plantation. Picking cotton, farming, working the fields, whatever their jobs as slaves. They worked from sun up till sundown, some even into their graves. When they were allowed some occasional free time, they'd all come together to pray, sing songs of Zion, think about their homeland, and dream of being free someday. A few who could read shared the Bible with the others, explaining God's salvation for man, being very careful not to let the master know, because he punished them with his right hand. They learned of kings and queens in the Bible, noble people of high standards too, who were just as Black as they were, and God chose them and loved them was true. Today, as we glance back through our history, we see that progress has truly been gained, but we also must realize the more things change, the more they remain the same. As Black women did so tenderly, nurse a white baby from her Black breast, but yet not allowed to use the white-only bathroom, that would be a cause for an arrest. Blacks paid their bus fare at the front, but had to get off and to re-enter at the rear. Then they had to give up their seats to the whites, whose hatred was abundantly clear. At this moment, I'd like to pause for the cause, and I'll try not to be too loud, but I'd like to share just a few Black facts that I hope will make you proud. Did you know Elijah Mccoy, known as the real McCoy, was the most famous Black inventor? He was known for more than 50 inventions, including the railroad lubricator cup to release the train from sticking with tension. Dr. Shirley Jackson, first African-American to get a doctorate degree in physics. She's the reason for the touch-tone phones and the caller ID exists. Otis Boykin, whose invention was really set apart. He invented the cash register and the pacemaker for the heart. Then there's Dr. Jesse E. Wilkins Jr. He was known as a Negro genius. He entered college at age 13, got his PhD degree at age 19. One of the greatest mathematicians with a remarkable education. He invented math models to calculate absorption of gamma radiation. Last but not least, did you know that Florida Evans from Good Times, whose real name was Esther Roll, attended the prestigious Yale University, and this also was told. She was the first woman to receive the NAACP Chairman Civil Rights Leadership Award. for helping raise the image of blacks. Now that was a blessing from God. When she died of an illness in 1998, she left over $1.7 million to her estate. Now that is just the tip of the iceberg of what we as black people have already done. We're strong, intelligent, gifted, blessed, and proud of what we have overcome. Though we've come a very long way, we still have some rough hills to climb. So many things need correction and improvement, but we'll get there. Just give us time. With the defined knowledge of who we are and whose we are in our genes, there is no doubt with Christ as our head, we're on the winning team. Thank you.